Hey, so this is my presentation on Are You AI attractive? So first I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm an intern at National Gas. I work with Dave, as you guys may know. I study at Aston University. I'm in my sandwich year, so it's my placement year, 20 years old. And most importantly, I'm single. So let's just get into how does AI work in dating apps? So how really does AI find matches is through machine learning. So it has access to a large data set and it recognizes patterns and what your preferences are. So it looks at facial symmetry, expressions, your grooming, your fashion sense. It learns common patterns and it makes predictions from this. And it also looks at your personality. When I say personality, I mean personality. It's just trained on large data sets, and it sees what your preferences are from the type of people you choose and you like. Oh shit. So I'm just going to run through 3 scenarios of how dating has worked and how it has progressed over the years. So here's the most realistic scenario of dating in modern day society. So this is, we have the classical dating where, you meet at a bar or at a roller skating rink or whatever it is. And this is how, we perceive dating as the traditional form, but that's not necessarily the case because we also have classic matchmaking. I'm pretty young myself, so you guys may be older and you may understand the inside joke. This is from Carry On Lovin', 1974. I'm a bit too young for this, but this was mainly for my audience. As if you don't understand the concept, it was a matchmaking agency that used a fake computer to matchmake when it really wasn't real. And you have modern matchmaking. So this is the matchmaking that is definitely going to be what's going to happen in the future. So I'm guessing dating apps are going to be a big part of society in the future, and that's really what I'm here to talk about. So in the next 10 years, what is next for dating? For just society in general, I believe AI is going to play a big role in society, in how matches are made, how relationships are formed. Because there are the good parts about it, which is obviously you don't need to go outside no more. It's easily accessible. It's pretty much an easy thing to do. You go online, you swipe right, and boom, like you're married. It's that simple, really. But we also have the bad. So the bad part about it is it does ruin society. It ruins people's perception of reality. So some people have a false sense of reality when it comes to dating apps, because we kind of push this agenda that you don't need to go outside, you just need to stay at home, and that's just how society has been in recent years. But this is going to be detrimental to society in the next 10 years because we do need to draw a line on how far can we take AI? Where will it go? Because we laugh about stuff like world domination with robots and stuff like that in the next 10 years. But we were laughing at the fact people were going to matchmake online 20 years ago. We would have never expected that to happen. So it's just, where do we draw the line? Where does that actually stop? And that's my talk. That's what that's the really big part about it, is like, how far is too far? Where do we draw the line? Because in the next 10 years, who knows, like, robots may take over. It sounds a bit cliche, it sounds a bit dumb, but at the same time, AI is going in a place that we actually don't know. And that's really my talk, just to raise awareness on how far is AI actually going. But that's my talk. Do you guys have any questions? Yes. So that's a good question. I personally do think AI is going to be a big part of society. Like with crypto, like AI has played a big part in crypto, and it's going to be a huge part of how the whole infrastructure in the world is built. So I think it's there's some countries where they're currently using crypto to accept payments. And it's just stuff like that. Like, the AI is going in a big direction in the future, and I feel like that's going to be a basis of the next generation. Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think with that, AI does have a big part to play in like because they can recognize your preferences. So well, technically they know your preferences more than you would, if that makes sense, because based on your patterns and what you find attractive, they'll just gather that information and use it. And even in a sense of like talking to whoever you like, is like AI, there are AIs that help you actually talk to girls or guys or whatever. There is AI that actually helps you do that. And I just think like, how detrimental is that for us? Like, what about, divorce rates? Like, what if we now meet that person and we now have no AI to back it? Like, it's just going to be a detrimental cause to society. So that's the way I look at it. Yeah, there's a difference between dating apps and hating apps, but with that, I think yeah, I actually don't know about that. I'll probably have to get back to you about that. But when it comes to stuff like that, AI can be just used in so many different ways. Like, it's so versatile. So there's so many ways it can be used for. So, for example, like, I don't know personally, but you never know. In the next 5 years, that might be reality. I personally think it'll make it worse. That's my view on it. I think it's gonna, because it's giving people a false sense of reality. Like, people are having too many options online. So when they meet someone in real life, it's like, I have so many other people on the dating app. So they don't really hold value to real life situations. So that's my personal view on it. I think it's detrimental to society the way AI is going. So I would actually agree that with the fact that it's bad and it's not actually good. Any other questions? Yep. Exactly. That's why I say it's not good, because it's like that could actually cause problems, because there are a lot of weirdos online and there's a lot of creeps, and it's like you don't know who you're meeting, you don't know who you're talking to. And if we keep relying on dating apps, or most especially AI, to judge our preferences, that could be very detrimental to who we meet. So, and that could cause major issues. So I think that's a big concern that needs to be raised. Yep. Yeah. One piece of advice um, honestly, I genuinely found the workshop so helpful. Like, I think that he's helped me with most of these slides. He's helped me present. He's done so many things for this. So I don't know. So what was your question again at the end? Sorry, I'm waffling. Sorry. How to present that? I mean, that's the that sounds a bit cliche, but the one thing he's helped me with the most would probably be my slides. So the pattern of the slides, not having too much information on the slides, that's helped me a lot. I usually like to put loads of information on the slides, which could, bombard people with information. But yeah, that's the main thing that's helped me. Thank you.